So our product from the Diels Alder reaction, which is 56R in my notebook, a nice white powdery solid, almost looks like sugar. That's been sitting in the desiccator, and so I'm going to take 56R, and I've got a vial. I'm going to take the beaker over and mass it, and then get a mass on the vial as well, so we can get an accurate percent yield. Beaker looks like 9.072 grams. I'm going to transfer it to a vial, which I've already labeled. And that's at 6.081 grams. I probably won't be able to get every little bit in, but I should be able to get a lot of it, and then just the residue will make up a mass spec sample. So I'm going to label one of these mass spec vials with 56R. And we'll dissolve the residual solid that we can't get out of the beaker easily in a little bit of dichloromethane for a mass spec sample. I'm going to make a little funnel that will enable me to transfer that more easily. And I will tape that. Just I sit that in there. And make a little cone. And tape that together. And I can just dump it in. And then use my little micro spatula to kind of push it through. It's a very light, low density solid. It's pretty easy to work with compared to some. It still has to go through a narrow opening, and there's quite a lot of it. That's probably good enough. Maybe a little bit left. Tap that back in. So we got a good vial full. We're going to be running IR and NMR on that. And then I just want a little bit. Doesn't take much for mass spec. Since it's pretty low density, we'll take a spatula tip worth. We'll store that 56R for spectroscopic analysis later. And then we're just going to dissolve this in a little bit of dichloromethane. Switch that around a little bit. I want about 1.5 milliliters because that's going to fill this up to the top line. And then we'll just transfer that in to the vial. And set that aside for later GCMS spec analysis. So that's all there is for now, and then we'll run a GCMS spec on this bit later.